Imagine a world where the global water crisis disappears overnight. No more expensive desalination plants, no more thirst. You walk down to the beach, dip a glass into the ocean, and take a refreshing drink. Sounds like a miracle, right? Well, think again. Turning the oceans into fresh water wouldn't be a blessing. It would be a global delete button for life on Earth. This is What If. And here's why. A world without salt would be a living nightmare. How we got salty. To understand why we need salt, we have to go back 3.8 billion years. Early Earth actually did have freshwater oceans, but the planet had other plans. Every time it rains, carbon dioxide from the air dissolves into the water, making it slightly acidic. This acid rain eats away at rocks, stripping them of minerals and salts. This runoff flows into rivers, which eventually dump it all into the sea. Combine that with underwater volcanoes and hydrothermal vents pumping out minerals for billions of years, and you get a lot of salt. How much? If you took all the salt out of the ocean and spread it evenly over the Earth's land, it would create a layer 40 stories high. That's a skyscraper of salt covering the entire planet. The marine apocalypse. If we snapped our fingers and made the ocean fresh today, the first thing you'd see is a mass extinction of biblical proportions. Most ocean creatures are biological machines, designed specifically for salt. Saltwater fish drink seawater and have specialized cells to pump out the excess salt. Without it, their cells would swell up with fresh water until they literally burst. We'd lose millions of species, most of which we haven't even discovered yet. But the real danger isn't the fish, it's the algae. Marine algae provide 50% of the Earth's oxygen through photosynthesis. If they die, our oxygen supply gets cut in half, while CO2 levels skyrocket. We wouldn't just be thirsty, we'd be gasping for air. The climate engine breaks, but the chaos doesn't stop in the water. It goes into the sky. Salt is the engine behind our global climate. You see, salt water is denser than fresh water. Near the poles, cold, salty water sinks to the bottom, pushing warmer water toward the equator. This global conveyor belt regulates our temperature. Without salt, this engine stalls. The equator would become an unbearable furnace. The poles would freeze into massive, permanent ice tombs. The weather. Without the ocean cooling things down, hurricanes would become more frequent, more powerful, and absolutely deadly. The end of humanity. So, how long would humans survive? Not long. Between the lack of oxygen, the extreme heat, and the total collapse of the global food chain, our civilization would crumble. The crops we rely on wouldn't survive the chaotic weather, and the land would become a graveyard. In the end, the ocean's salt isn't just a seasoning, it's the literal lifeblood of our planet. Outro. So, the next time you get a mouthful of salty water at the beach, don't complain. That salt is the only thing keeping us alive. What other what-ifs are on your mind? Let us know in the comments. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time.